Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze is sponsored by Movie Group, founder of the Dream Network channel. Learn more at dreamnetworkchannel.com.
I wanna visit all the places nobody goes. I wanna teach all the things that nobody knows. I wanna grow wings, leave the coop, learn to fly. Bungee jump from the tallest building in Dubai. I wanna fly around town in my UFO. I wanna eat real food, not the GMOs. I wanna make moves, call the shots like the boss. I wanna love like I never lost.
Welcome back to Desertwood Days, and I am your host, Kathy Blaze. Today we have an amazing talent for you. We'd like to welcome Mr. BoiiiSam. Hey there, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Just a pleasure to have you.
Likewise.
Thanks for joining us here on the couch.
It's a pleasure.
BoiiiSam. So tell us, where'd that name come from?
It was coined from just a simple reference or a term that I used to use with my friends and my cousins. So anybody that we saw, we used the term boy before the actual name.
Okay.
So it was like Boy Nana, Boy Derek, Boy Sam,
Oh.
Boy David, and then it just stuck.
It just stuck with you.
Yes,
And it's perfect for what you're doing.
exactly. I just want to be a boy forever too. So nobody want to be a boy.
Nothing wrong with that, huh?
Being a man comes with stress. So
It sure does. Paying those bills, doing everything else. So, Sam, tell us about, you're from Ghana,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So what brought you here to Arizona?
I came out here for school. So I lived in Minnesota before I came to Arizona.
Oh,
That was
okay.
in 2014. And then
Okay.
I went to GCU and
Oh,
graduated there. So
wow.
that's how come I ended up here.
Wow. So what was your degree in?
Finance and econ.
So you got to learn, you have to know how to run that business, huh?
Exactly.
So when did you start getting into songwriting?
I was making music. I've been making music as far back as 2009 or 10,
Uh-huh.
but it wasn't on a serious level. It was just for fun, just recording demos here and there. But I got into it professionally 2017.
Oh, okay. Well,
Exactly.
I think anything we do, it has to be fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, because if it's not fun, it's just work.
Exactly.
And we're not going to continue to do it or
Yeah.
be passionate about what we're doing.
Let's do it.
So, so you started in 2017. Was there someone that inspired you to get into songwriting?
I've been listening to a wide range of music since I was a kid, but growing up, my dad, listened to a lot of like '60s music,
Mhm.
which was different. Like I grew up on Simon and Garfunkel, which is weird. People don't even know who those are. So it was more of like listening to more lyrical people.
Uh-huh.
So I was drawn to like lyrics. I always knew I
Oh,
wanted to like write my own song one day.
right.
I just didn't know how to till like later on.
Oh,
Just recorded a few rough demos here and then in studios, and that wanted me to perfect, what I was doing because I was very passionate about it.
right.
And then, so I deepened my skill with, trying my hands on
Awesome.
different stuff.
Awesome. You know what? For a lot of us, music has always been in our lives. I remember growing up, and there was always music being played in our house.
Yeah, okay, that was the same for me.
Yes, and I'm that same way. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't think there's one day that if I'm going somewhere driving or house cleaning, music is always there because I
Yeah.
feel like it's good for the
Yeah.
soul. So writing music, where do you pull from?
It's just most of the time it's a full imagination. Sometimes it's just like relatable stories. If it's not, a personal story, it's just like friends, family, things that I hear or see around.
Oh,
But it just has to be relatable. I just always try to make it relatable.
okay.
Just
Is that something that's easy to sit down? Okay, you're a songwriter. You're also a performer, singer and performer as
Exactly.
well. So you're sitting there, and is that easy to just sit there and write out a whole song? I mean, so if you're thinking about, boy, a day where you were out with the guys or something, or whatever it is that you're writing about, how easy it is to create a whole song from something like that.
Okay, so just like you said, writing a song about a day hanging out with the guys. I think with me that's the main focus. Finding the concept is hard, but once the concept is down, like coming up with a storyline is pretty easy. I
Uh-huh.
can't say the same for other people, but
Uh-huh.
at least my writing process.
Okay.
So if I have an instrumental, or without an instrumental, I just have to, focus on what am I talking about, and then how do I want to talk about it, and
Oh,
then just articulate from there.
I'm just talented. So you create this song, you have this storyline,
Yeah.
and is it something about that storyline that helps you to decide on what music to put with it?
Yeah, it could be the other way around. Sometimes
Oh,
you have an inspiration, you have a storyline you want to tell, and then you find what kind of beat you want to put it on. Or sometimes you have the beat comes before, and you're like,
oh,
how do I want to tell the story on the
oh,
beat?
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. You know what? And I guess it's a lot like filmmaking and
Hmm.
um, a lot of theater and things that we're creating like that that has a story. It seems like it all works the same,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? So as a musician, do you find yourself just always in thought about music? I mean, if you're driving up the street, do you see things that you may want to write about, or
It is like that. Like part of my so in my phone I have in my notes, like I have just like a side, I call it a punch page that's just dedicated to that. So
okay,
whether it's driving, walking down the street, if there's any little thing, a punchline, something funny, or like a storyline, I just put it in there real quick. So it's like
oh.
always my reference note.
Tell us about your first song that you wrote.
That would be Mixed Feelings. I dropped that 2017.
Okay.
Um, it was a song. The song plays in two ways. So it's me kind of in a way talking to myself, but also like it comes off as a love song
Okay.
in a general sense, because there's a part in it that says like, are you pulling me down or are you holding me down again? So it's like
Okay.
it was just me battling with mixed feelings with myself,
Uh,
but again like with a girl.
okay.
You
You better watch out, huh?
know. Exactly.
So, do you have a I don't want to say a style, or do you find yourself doing more music about love?
Um, Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because I have singles. I've dropped singles along the line, but 2019, in February of 2019, I dropped a little EP,
Uh huh.
and that was a 4 song EP, and I think, yeah, because it was February 14, which was Valentine's Day.
Uh huh.
Um, it was just coined around like love and just talked
Okay.
about different things. But I actually started music rapping, so I
Okay.
transitioned from rapping into like a little bit of singing because I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So
Okay.
I've tried hands on like
So
R&B,
when you say singing, would you call it soul or R&B?
R&B and soul. That
Okay.
EP is R&B and soul. Yeah, it's called
Okay.
Illusions, which has four good songs on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you may do a mixture of R&B with some rapping. Are you doing them
That's
both,
so
or do you separate them?
I said I try to separate them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. And do you find yourself not trying to get pigeonholed, or not wanting to be stuck as a rapper versus an R&B
Yeah,
singer?
yeah.
Or do you have people that I would try to put you in either or?
I don't think it really matters because either way it plays out nice because whatever it is, I feel like if anyone should hear a rap music on
Mhm.
my page or anything, probably the next music you click is gonna be a a singing song. So
Oh,
I try
okay.
to mix it up with the releases and stuff. But
Oh,
that one EP, the Illusions EP, was just mainly just all like
oh. For our
singing.
audience that may not know what an EP is, could you explain what that is?
So EP is an extended playlist. So it's
Okay.
just anywhere from 1 to 6 songs will fit into an EP.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So you got your degree in finance.
exactly.
Okay. Which is great for an entrepreneur, a businessman
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yourself. You need to know how to run the business.
exactly.
Okay. So is singing, songwriting, performing, is that the career path that you're on?
Yeah. So for I made songwriting mostly the career path.
Okay.
So before I was just writing my own music, and then 2018 when I graduated, I flew back to Ghana just
Uh-huh.
to go, explore more music and whatnot. and then I got introduced by the label head to a different label, and they liked the style and vibe that I was making with the music.
Oh, okay.
So then they brought me in to start writing for their artists.
Oh, okay.
So I started off with one girl who her name is Amelina, and her songs are out on all platforms too.
Oh,
So
okay.
we got into a contract, and then they started paying me to write for them. So it happened with them and then another label.
So do you enjoy writing for others?
Yeah,
Okay.
it pays well too. So.
That's good. That's always good right there.
It
That
pays
is,
well.
and that's great. When I want to talk a little bit more about labels and things like that for our aspiring artists that may not know how to get started or what a label is or contracts and things. Just a tad, I want to touch on that just a bit, okay? So we were talking about you being with a label and writing songs for other singers. So I just want to talk about a label. You know, as an actress, we're looking forward to getting an agent and things like that. So, but as a singer, they're usually looking for a label for their music. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, before I got into music, I don't want to say I didn't understand much, but everybody wanted that dream of being in a label. It makes everything faster, easier, and all that. But I was blessed to meet one guy. His name is Onassis. So he runs Magic Hands Entertainment.
Okay.
So that's where everything took off. He heard my music. He liked what I was doing, the work and effort I was putting in, and so we came up with a contract, signed it, and then but it was more for pro bono, so for 1 year. So music and pro bono is signing a contract for a year, and then based on your performance in that year, that determines if you want to continue with the label or just go ahead
and that's good for both of you guys, because if you don't like what he's doing for you, why would you want to stay with him any longer?
Exactly.
So that's great. So you're from Ghana. And we had another guest, and I think he was from Ghana. I may be wrong.
Okay.
Don't beat me up if I'm wrong. But he got a lot of his soul, his craft comes from his upbringing in Ghana.
Yeah.
So do you feel that is what created who BoiiiSam is?
Exactly.
And that's what you utilize in your music?
Pretty much, yeah. I grew up in a family of 7, so we've just been it's a close knit Thai family. So I've always just stuck with my core values. Growing up Christian and everything. And Ghana has a rich culture on its own, especially when it comes to music itself. So again, those factors play a key role into pretty much everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How would you describe, say, music from your culture? Because it has a different vibe.
Yeah. So now over here in the Western culture, I mean, most of that music will be considered Afro music or more of like a traditional music.
Okay.
But I mean, how would I word it? It's I don't want to say a genre of its own, but we're known for high life music, but high life is what's translated today mostly into Afrobeat. So it's pretty much the same thing.
Because you'll hear people saying Caribbean music, but Caribbean music is different than Afrobeat. So we want to make sure that people know that it's not just all Caribbean.
Yeah.
It's like they're lumping everything into one box there.
No, I've heard people confuse Caribbean music or dancehall with Afrobeat.
Right.
But it all has to do with the rhythm and the tempo of it.
Okay.
That gives it a little switch.
So we're gonna get to hear a little bit of this Afrobeat.
Yeah,
So you brought us one of your songs today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a listen here.
Ready with chia, my ya with dede. My power do ya, my to tupe. And ya be ya, my ya with shaggy. If you try to fall in love with another, ready with chia, my ya with dede. My power do ya, my to tupe. And ya be ya, my ya with shaggy. If you try to fall in love with another, yeah, say I don't, yeah, do. If you say me, yeah, if we see you be a he'll be a fanala. But come with the way he'll be a
Loved it.
Thank you.
I loved it. I love the
Thank you.
sound. I just love everything about your video.
Thank
So
you.
are you in full creative control when it comes to like your videos and things like that, and your music?
Yeah, music mostly at 100%.
Oh.
Because even with the producers, I walk them through how I want everything to be made. But with the video, I mostly go with the directors because
okay.
you know, making the music and making the video is two different things. So
Sure.
I sometimes want to see what they can also create.
Right.
But if I have an idea, I throw it in sometimes.
Right.
But I just leave it. If when it's a video, I leave it
Yes,
to the
I
directors.
just love that. Was just so creative. I mean,
Thank you.
with the just the drawings on the clothing and the
Yeah.
hearts and everything. So tell us a little bit about not Afro beats, but what's the other term that you used?
The high life music.
High life.
Yeah.
What's high life music?
So, high life would be equal to what Americans had back in the day as jazz, because
Oh.
it's pretty much the same instruments, kind of the same tempo and
Okay.
everything. But back home we called it high life.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. See, that's something I didn't know, and I'm sure a lot of our audience don't
Yeah.
know. So, what's next for BoiiiSam?
I'm looking to go as far as like touring and pushing the name of Afrobeat, because I could still push rap music, but that's
Uh-huh.
already a thing. Like
Right.
it's sewn down into the into the ground
Right.
over here. So now that Afrobeat is on the rise, I'm still on it, and I'm just now working with a band,
Okay.
and hopefully I can see if I can tour with them, at least like do a couple of shows out here, maybe
Uh-huh.
in Vegas, California, Texas.
Okay.
Just all around.
How big is Afrobeats here in Arizona?
It's still growing. I
Okay.
can't say it's big yet, but as far as I know, like me and some other guys who are also into Afrobeat, like
Uh-huh.
we're mostly in the club, the bars, and stuff like that, just trying to push the
Okay.
sound out
Do
there.
you hear a lot of the music being played?
Yeah. Shout outs to Loyalty Lounge though. I have to give them that, because we every Friday night we have Fusion Friday, so it's
And that's Loyalty Lounge?
yes.
Okay.
So Friday nights is dedicated to mostly Afro
Okay.
music, reggaeton, and soca and all of that. So we just dedicate Friday night to get out of
Okay.
all the American
You know what? I
lifestyle.
got to give a shout out to Miss Sweetie Jade. You know Sweetie?
Exactly.
Yes, because she's always referring artists that are in the Afro beats to me.
Right.
So that's how I got your
No,
information.
big shout
So
outs to her. Yeah.
yeah, she's an awesome lady. So is there any new projects that's coming up that we can be looking forward to?
Yes, I have an album coming out called Ladies Room. That's an actual
Ladies
Afrobeat.
Room?
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
Get ready, ladies.
Exactly. But that's an Afrobeat album.
Okay.
I was done with it. It was done and was ready to be released.
Okay.
But as time went on, when I came back, I was in Ghana for like 2 years, 2018 to 2021.
Okay.
But when I came back, I was ready to drop everything. But then I got in the studio feeling very inspired, and I added like a whole bunch of new songs to it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm in the process of just having it mixed mastered, and then it should be good to go.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What would you like to see new here in Arizona for Afrobeats? What would you like to see to help the growth of that?
Just keep pushing Afrobeat to the point where like we could have a festival, like
Yeah.
at least an Afrobeat festival out
Yeah.
here, or like even if it's an annual thing. But I want to be at the forefront of that. To make it happen, yeah.
Okay. Well, where can our audience find you?
Pretty much every social media. So I'm on Twitter as BoiiiSam1. That's
Okay.
BoiiiSam1, and then
Okay.
on Instagram it's the BoiiiSam. So TheBoiiiSam, and then Facebook is BoiiiSam, just BoiiiSam.
Like just BoiiiSam, huh?
Yeah.
They'll find you.
You'll find me.
Well,
And it's the same for Spotify, Apple Music, everything.
Okay. Okay. Well, it was such a pleasure to have you here
Thank you.
today. I
Likewise.
enjoyed the video and learning about Afro beats.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we thank you for joining us here today on Desertwood Days.
Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze was sponsored by Movie Group. Visit them at dreamnetworkchannel.com.